Emmanuel Shachaf, hello to you.
Hello, hello.
What would be the main topic of this monthly report, monthly interview? What would you emphasize?
I think we have to emphasize a recurring theme that we are stuck. That we are stuck in a situation which is doing us tremendous harm.
As means the Israelis.
Israel is stuck. The state of Israel is stuck. We're in a war of attrition with Hezbollah and with Iran and with Hamas. We have a government that is not interested in winding the war down, while the economy is getting worn down. The people are not strong enough to overthrow the government at this time.
Why?
Because there's no, for several reasons. One of them is that the people have been worn down by the demonstrations which have been going on for a very long time, already for almost a year, and even more than that. And there's no leadership. There's no opposition to speak of to the government. No political opposition. There are no leaders out there in the public who can raise a flag and say, "Follow me." So all the circumstances are very problematic for a change of situation.
You found yourself personally in one unique demonstration, all alone,
Yeah, well,
in Netanya.
A friend of mine pioneered a demonstration of individuals in order to show up to symbolize the misfortune of hostages, how they are kept. And he put down a chair at a crossing in Tel Aviv, and he sat down with his eyes covered and his hands cuffed to symbolize a hostage. And I did the same in Netanya, and I think it resulted in interesting reactions from the public, who was mainly supportive.
Supportive is the one sentence that got into your heart?
That thank you what you're doing for us. So,
do you think that a war is going to be happening between Israel, Iran, Hezbollah in the coming days or weeks?
It might. I think the chances are that the full-blown war will be fought are low, unless Israel takes some decisive action, which may be, but the whole world is trying to prevent us from doing that, like it's trying to prevent the Iranians from doing that. I don't think anybody's really talking to Hezbollah, or maybe the French are through the Lebanese government. But there's a lot of pressure not to go into regional war, and it could be that both Iran and Hezbollah are happy with the way the situation is.
Which is,
a couple of dozen missiles a day in the north. That
practically abandoned by the state of Israel.
Basically abandoned by the state of Israel, and they just have to keep on doing that, and that will wear us down, no end.
Keeping the threat, but not executing a huge amount of missiles.
Just keep it in very low grade violence. That's the way to really cause harm, because the economy has hurt. The social fabric is badly influenced, and nothing else is needed.
On the other hand, Israel attacked a school in Gaza, saying that there are many top terrorists from Islamic Jihad there that were hurt, and also children are reported to be dead there. What is your perspective?
Well, I think attacks like these are counterproductive in the extreme. I think
counterproductive.
I think there's no amount of Hamas operatives can make up for the collateral damage among civilians and civilian casualties in the eyes of the world public opinion. I think Israel loses out a lot more than it could possibly gain from killing another Hamas operative. Hamas is definitely down on its knees, and it's absolutely no problem for the government of Israel to claim that that we won the war and do something to process what happens after the war.
Do you think that the assassination of Hania is a winning victory picture of the war by Israel?
I think I don't think it could be used as it should be used. The government misses a lot of opportunities in that respect. It would have been a possibility to use it as a picture of winning, or even though I thought I would think that he was the wrong guy to kill.
Why?
Because he was from the political echelon. In the end, we're going to have to talk to Hamas or to some people of Hamas, even if it's only over the hostages.
So now Israel can confront Sinwar.
Yeah, now we have to talk to Sinwar. Are we willing to talk to Sinwar? We're talking to him through intermediates, but we're at the same time trying to kill him. So, we're constantly doing something and the opposite. And we're blocking ourselves into a bunker from which there's no way out.
Emmanuel, you were servicing the State of Israel in the Air Force, in the Mossad. How can you explain that after more than 10 months, Sinwar is still alive?
Fighting in an urban environment is extremely difficult, and there's so many places where he can hide, and if he has good security, then this can go on for another 10 years.
So basically, if Israel is looking for the picture that Sinwar is dead, it might take another 10 years of war.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's what the Prime Minister wants, okay, that's a goal never to be attained, conceivably. Or it can happen tomorrow, but there's no way of knowing. Okay.
Another kind of war that is happening practically regards the Israeli courts. People from the right wing, also politicians and ministers, are trying to reinvent the revolution.
Yeah, the legal coup or the legal revolution that
took place before the war.
That was going on before the war and was stopped at one stage by public protest mostly, is raising its ugly head again, and the government is every day trying to interfere with the legal system.
This is a practical war that is happening throughout the last weeks.
It's happening throughout the last weeks in several instances, and the government is not looking for dialogue with the legal system, but it's confrontation. Clearly, it's looking to confront the legal system and bypass it. Okay, it just ignores the positions of the legal system and bypasses them, tries to bypass them, and tries to move ahead.
Winning together, do you think it's a slogan in Hebrew, Lenatzeach Beyachad, or Beyachad Lenatzeach, that is something that can be done, should be done? Is Israel are going to be winning together?
Maybe it should be done, but it's impossible to do it right now because we're not together. And I don't think this government is not capable of creating a situation where we are together. Neither is the opposition. Okay, right now, I don't think there's anybody who has a plan or something where all the people can say, "Oh, let's go, let's try to make this happen."
You have a plan?
I have a plan, yeah.
But Federation plan, which is running for many years, and also it's a plan, do you think, that can be implemented even now?
It can conceivably be implemented, but the situation has to deteriorate a lot more. I think people it's hard to believe the situation is bad enough, but I think the situation has to deteriorate even more before people are willing to take such extensive steps regarding equality in the land of Israel.
Also for the Arab people.
Also for the Palestinians, as is called for by the Federation plan. But in the end, people will come around to it, okay? Because there's only that much more we can fight.
Good news for the last update in this interview that you would like to emphasize?
Yes, also connected to the Federation. Our book on the Federation, we got the first draft, So we're working on the draft, and we hope to get the book out by the end of the year.
Co-authors, which is very, very unique, Emmanuel Shachaf and Taysir Abu Saada.
Taysir Abu Saada, my Palestinian partner.
Who lives in Jericho.
Who lives in Jericho and is very, very saddened by what's happening in Gaza, of course. And
he has lots of relatives there.
He has lots of relatives there,
and the book that you are writing, and it's coming to the last drafts, tries to tell a new story for the Middle East, a new story for the conflict. In one line, what story would you visualize?
Well, I think the bottom line is, or the top line is, it's we have to do it together. Okay, there's no way of doing this in any other way but together in a one-state scenario, and the way to do that is in a federation. And in the end, we'll all come around to that, but it'll take a time.
Emmanuel Shachaf, a leader with patience. I want to thank you very much. People that want to be part of this revolution of creating equality in between people, regardless if whether they are Jewish or Israelis or Palestinians or Arabs or Christian or Muslims, and they want to be part of this unique perspective, how they can reach you?
Contact me at Emmanuel Shachaf on Facebook, or Identity, the Quest for Israel's Future on Facebook, or the Federation Movement also on Facebook.
Emmanuel Shachaf, thank you very much.
Thank you.